On today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we do something a little bit different. But before we get into that, I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel, click on the notification bell. Your interaction with us helps us interact with great people in the industry. And tonight, we don't know exactly which people in the industry that will be, because we're going to do something called Wheel of Misfortune. Maybe we don't know what the thumbnail is going to be. It might be if life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Who knows? It's just what
that's new.
The Beard's going to explain what it is we're doing tonight.
So we were working on a different video tonight. We had some extra time, and Pat's had this idea floating around for a while that he'd like to pull out a randomizer and do something where we count like every pedal in the room. We put it in there. We randomly generate a couple of numbers. Each one of us randomly generates numbers for the other one. Then we get this thing going. So basically, we shot this already. We were going to do it live, just so you knew that we weren't playing around. Or not live, but on film. Mm-hmm. And forgot to turn the mic on.
So you have to trust that the numbers were certified in a ceremony earlier, authenticated by Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. So these numbers are legitimate from this randomizer or from the internet. 85. You want to write these down? Because you're going to have to go.
Right. Pat picked 85.
Yep. And the second number is 103.
You have a possibility of getting me a delay pedal there.
42.
42. All right, so those are the three that you're picking for me?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, and then...
Go ahead and give me your numbers now?
Yeah, here, give me the numbers I'm picking for you.
88.
88.
106.
It's very close.
And 112.
Uh-oh. I don't think anything in there is drop territory. And so we started over there, and we counted out 88 pedals, and that's the one we picked, and then 106 pedals. And then we did two numbers for guitars. And so basically, everything that we're playing here is random. Pat, why don't you tell them? Tell the fine people out there what random pedals the randomizer selected for you and what guitar you got stuck with.
Well, it seemed...
And it wasn't he didn't get stuck with the guitar.
It seemed like it was off to a good start when I got the Red Witch Empress chorus.
Yes.
I like chorus. We've probably done a video on this. I'm like, sweet, I got the Empress chorus. And then we went around the bend here. And I'm not sure which one came next, but the Boss OC2, which is the Beards. I have one somewhere too. So I got this Octaver that is not like the not the blue box.
It's not like a poly.
It's not the poly, right? Yeah. So it's kind of a single notey thing. And then just for fun, we have not shot a video on this yet. It's the TC Electronics Crescendo, because what goes better with chorus and octave than an auto swell? So
Pat's numbers were like high. So a lot of the choruses are over there.
Yes.
And then they got higher to the point where like the pedals that we have that haven't shot a video on, this little shelf of that. And then they even got all the way up into the pedals on the Warren Haynes pedal board,
right,
which is where the Octaver came from.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to tell them about your
pedal? So, first of all, I'm like, what's the signal chain for this? So I went Octaver into the chorus, into the crescendo. I wanted everything to swell at the end. Tried to play something with some chords. I think I started without the Octaver on, played a couple chords, engaged the Octaver, and then tried to come up with a little hook type thing. And this is the lemonade that I made.
So part of this whole thing is there is a number of pedals in the room that sometimes just get overlooked or we don't pick out, we don't play. We try to rotate through a lot of pedals, and we want that if you're coming back regularly to watch the channel, even if you're coming to watch about a guitar, you're going to see maybe some pedals you haven't seen before or something like that. This did a pretty good job for you. Only one of the three you picked has been semi-random. regular on the show. The Empress has showed up a couple times.
Right.
For me, it picked out, I'd say 2 that, well, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, here's mine. First pedal was the New X Tape Echo. Which I was like, yes.
I think it was the first pedal.
No matter what amp I get, I have a reverb and I have tape delay. Awesome pedal. If you haven't checked out this, we do have a video on that one. Check that out. There's all kinds of tape heads in there. It really is a cool tape delay pedal. New X makes some great stuff at a great price point, so I was pretty excited about that. The next pedal it landed on was Pat's Dunlop Fuzz Face, which has been on the show several times. Although I don't think, if we've done an episode?
I don't think we did. I don't think so.
Not my normal bailiwick. So, is bailiwick still a word? So I was like, oh, okay. At least I know I have some kind of drive. And then you wouldn't have guessed it, but the next pedal was the Black Fuzz from Greer Amps. And again, I was kind of like, yeah, because this came around during our Electra series, and it has that Electra thing in it, where if you roll your volume knob down, it cleans up really nice. So, the only thing I haven't showed you yet is the guitar. Would you believe that the randomizer picked the most viewed guitar probably on our channel?
Again, this was verified by Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Right. I haven't looked at the numbers recently, but this was one of the first guitars we did when we first started this YouTube channel. It's the first thing that ever really, I guess a lot of people are interested in. I would say probably not one of the best videos on the channel, but maybe the most watched. So I got the Tajima Woodstock 66 or something like
TW61.
TW61. So this Fuzz Face, Black Fuzz, Tape Echo into the Tyler. And I started, I think, with just the Black Fuzz and the Tape Echo on and the volume way down. And you'll hear how reactive this is. And in fact, at some point, I think in the clip, I turn on the Black Fuzz Face, not the Black Fuzz, but the Black Fuzz Face. I turn that on and then don't turn it off. Just roll the volume back and you can hear how much it cleans up. It's really almost a nice sound. So when you randomly get picked pedals, those were the two clips that we came up with. We did do a jam here at the end. So we're going to wrap this up and then let the jam play out. Anything that you'd like to say about the jam? I have things I want to say about the jam, but anything you'd like to say about the jam before we wrap this up?
Well, before we get into the jam, I'm probably going to have to send my Revolta t-shirt back because I forgot to mention, you saw me playing. I'm playing the Revolta Mondata 8. It's a great guitar. We used it a lot on...
Yeah, you certainly weren't stuck with that.
No, we did all right with that. It was fun. I didn't know what to expect. It's certainly, as you'll see in the jam, it pushed us out of our normal comfort zone and made us be a little bit creative on the fly. It was fun. I didn't know what to expect. We'll probably do it again at some point. I say that. He's got to edit everything and put it all together. But
yeah, well.
It was fun.
Yeah, well, sometimes we get so caught up in the new stuff coming through or what we can get in or what we can do next and just sit back and play with the stuff that's in the room. All of these things pretty much are here because they were decided to be kept at some point. We did the delay from New X. We're like, we really like this. This might be useful. Let's keep that around. The Tajima, the Revolta, the Black Fuzz, the Red Witch. Red Witch and the Octave were personal pedals.
Right.
Anyway, the jam is interesting. I do think it's really interesting how well, even with at times both fuzz pedals on, rolling that volume back cleans them up. Although it wasn't an easy road for me on this one. I love when we play stuff like this, but that's the one time I think I like digital delay over tape echo or analog delay when you're trying to get that
timed repeat.
Right, that you can play over top of. Like we're doing in this jam. The tape echo where
it warbles at the end. It
made it a little hard to control at times. But overall, I thought it was cool. The sound, hats off to Pat, all right? Because if I thought, if you said, who's the loser here, I'd have been like, Pat's the loser here because there's no way those three pedals, and he had them all three on, and I had a cool sound, and it was doing cool stuff. So I claim, I decide Pat's the winner of this round.
Thank you.
So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is just a fun video, and we hope you had fun too. If you click the subscribe button, notification bell, leave a like, comment, any of that stuff. Anytime you interact with the show, that's what helps us interact with great companies. So things like this shenanigans can happen. And with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear, even if you have to use a randomizer to keep track of them.